Good, everybody, still here for the Daily Market Pulse. This is a Tuesday, July 8th, and we saw stocks accelerate and fall aggressively in higher volume, adding more distribution days to the count. 5 and 4, getting pretty high. The trend's still pretty strong, however, support right near the 20-day moving average. We're going to take a look at that. Everything's below the 8 moving average currently now as well. Let me take you back to the Dow Jones. So there's the drop back to reality, back to within the channel easily, within a trend line, within the 20-day moving average as well. There's still support a little bit lower, of course, as well, near the 50. But right now, this is the place we'd like to see it perhaps hold. It could certainly go lower and still be fine without jeopardizing into a correction per se. So we got room into 16,750 approximately. That'll approximate the 50-day moving average as well. But ideally, the stronger the trend would hold at the 20. We'll see if that's the case. And for how long. It looks like it's already getting ready to bounce. Same thing here, 20-day moving average on the S&P. There's still room a little bit lower into 1955. Room below that, 1940 or so, 1925. But again, we're looking for it to hold here at these levels, 20-day moving average. Same thing with the NASDAQ, right through the 8 moving average, falling window today. Certainly confirms the bear sash from yesterday. Back to the pivot area, 43.75, including the 20. There's plenty of support between here and 43.50. Once again, looking for support in this region. TSX, after falling, let's see, is that the right? Yeah, it's today's count. So it came down, look at the lower shadow, came off the 20 pretty aggressively. Could still come back and retest that fairly easily, but decent move nonetheless and a decent bounce. Already coming out of overbought, so that's not so bad either. It might actually hold these levels and go a little bit higher once again, but nonetheless, it might go neutral as well. There is the DAX failing and going right to the polarity near 9790, almost 9800. So looking for it to hold this level in the 50-day moving average as well. And a bounce back, that would give you a box formation from about just a little over 10,000 down to that level below. The US dollar bouncing a little bit yesterday, and then again today just kind of holding steady for the time being with resistance near 107 for the time being anyway. Euro kind of just going sideways off the 20, but below the declining 8 moving average for now. Fairly neutral, but overall kind of a bullish look. Treasuries did come back up and through the area that I thought would be resistance. Still room to 137 to retest 137 once again. We'll see if that's the case. If that's it, 137 could be the end of the road. That means the markets could flush briefly and then reverse off those lows, just like the treasuries might hit and reverse to the downside. Japanese yen still looks strong, as mentioned before. Still look bullish to go into 99. I like that level right now as a target. Gold going sideways. That's about all it's doing here for now. Not much going on right now at the moment. Sideways for the time being. Neutral. Silver is pretty much doing the same thing. They see the 20s crossing the 50-50 over the 200. So things in terms of intermediately are getting stronger. The 20s now approaching a flattening 200. Again, just waiting for the trend to just strengthen. Everything looks good to the upside to 22 or higher. Just give it a little bit of time. Oil went lower than our original 105.50 target. It's gone lower. It had doji formation today with a new high and a new low off the 50 and a possible support area near 103 here. Looking for a possible bounce to go higher from this point forward. Let's go move over to the small caps and IWM ETF, representative of the Russell 2000. Again, just risk on was on the way up. It hit our 121 target. We were expecting the possibility of coming down to about 118.50. It dropped below that into 116. That was the polarity from before. It broke out, tagged it once, tagged it again before it took off higher. It's come back to retag it again. Below the 20 moving average, but right at the polarity 116. So looking for support here. It could drop to the 50, as mentioned with the others. Now 114, that's possible as well, but almost oversold here as well. So pay attention to just what may be happening on an intraday basis from the standpoint of reversal candles. The VIX, we said, could go to 12 to 1250. It hit 1251 today as a high. It has room maybe to 13 still as a pivot area, but this is going to be more resistance here. You can see the upper shadow, a little bit of rejection already. Pretty strong move, however. Morningstar with another rising window today. So again, it could thrust into 13, then reverse, but right now there's a fair amount of resistance across this level based on horizontal and diagonal and trendline resistance as well.